most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today, if you have a fear of falling, we're going to show you simple and safe balance exercises. And by the way, if you are at a risk for falling, you should fear falling.
Right.
Because you can really get hurt. I had a patient. I'm just going to tell this real quick, really bad.
Okay.
She had broke her arm, and then she was stepping off a curb, and she didn't misjudged it, and she fell, hit her head, got a subdural hematoma. From that day on, she was disabled. I mean, she was in her 70s, I think, but she lived until her 90s. And so, anyway, by the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. If you get a chance, go to bobandbrad.com. Go to the giveaway section. Always giving something away. We're giving away a beauty this week. We're giving away a Thermotex far infrared heating pad. This is way better than a normal heating pad.
Way better. That's good English.
Normal heating pad will only heat up skin surface. Yeah. Very little. Yeah. This one goes 2.36 inches.
Right. That's the same as 2.36 inches. All right.
All right. Let's go to Facebook also. The contest will be pinned to the top of the page. Go to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program. And we also now have podcasts.
And they're very good.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they have people that are smarter than us on there.
All right. So our first concern, again, is that you're not going to get hurt while you're doing these exercises. Right. There's nothing worse than doing a balance exercise and then falling. And so no falling on our watch.
So are these ones you can do by yourself, or do you need someone with you?
I think you can do it by yourself. You see what you think.
Right. Use good judgment.
See, there's people that shouldn't perform any balance activities, so they should have somebody there.
Right.
But I want to know, for many of you, you're going to have a tendency to fall one direction. Do you have a tendency to lose your balance forward, side to side, or back?
That back one is
a real common
one.
Yeah.
Right.
So also, do you tend to fall when distracted? That's a really common one.
Sure.
My mom, she's fallen at least 3, 4, or 5 times. Distracted every time. Somebody will call her, and she'll turn her head, and boom, down she goes. So, well, we're going to work on all these. Let's first talk about doing the one forward, Brad.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to go next to your bed, and you're going to have the bed right in front of you so that if you fall or lose your balance, you can just put your hands right on the bed.
Sure.
So first what you're going to do is just start off with both feet by the bed. You don't have to be touching the bed, but I would just want you to start reaching forward. Now I'm keeping good back posture here, Brad. You notice that?
Yep.
Keep
it straight.
You can try just reaching forward with one hand, both hands, like that, and farther and farther. Just you can get used to taking some weight on your toes.
Right, so you can feel your toes kind of dig into the floor.
Right. And then when you're doing this, you can start turning like this. Turning your head. That's the distraction part.
Right.
When you get distracted, you turn towards that person. You're going to find this is harder.
So I'm assuming if you're the type of person that maybe walks around your house with a pair of slippers on most of the time, you'd probably want to do this with the slippers on.
Use the footwear that you normally use.
Sure.
All right. Another one is you actually can have 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. And now you're relying all on the right leg, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do some reaching forward like this. And you can also do turns. And finally, you can do the other side. Split squats, reach forward. And again, if you lose your balance, you just go down like this.
If you feel like you're going off to the side or away from the bed, obviously do not do it.
Right,
Be very safe.
Again, very careful. How about falling backwards like Brad talks about?
Yeah.
So now in this case, you're going to have your legs against the bed or near the bed. And you're going to start just doing a squat where you kind of lean back onto your heels.
I think falling backwards is probably
more common. I think.
common, and maybe
Yeah.
more dangerous because you don't have your hands
Right.
to catch the blow. You land right on your hip or your sacrum or your coccyx. It's no good.
Yep. So when you're going back, you want to feel like the pressure is going on your heels.
And if you happen to have a walker or a cane,
have it in front.
Right, have it in
exactly
front for a little assistance.
Don't worry about having too much assistance.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you can also do 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Same thing again. Now I'm mainly on the right foot.
Sure. And I have a feeling, and maybe you can speak for this, Bob, if one leg forward or the other one has better balance.
Right.
And then you can isolate which leg is
exactly.
the problem.
If the one is my right one has more trouble, that's the one I'm going to work on more.
So that the one in the back is getting more exercise, more stress.
Yep. And the same with the other way. There, almost lose my balance.
So it looks like your left one is.
Yeah, my left one is the problem.
Sure.
Problem child.
And I think this is one of those things, if people have neuropathy in their feet where they have problems feeling that there was some numbness.
Yes,
there,
absolutely.
These would be a good option.
Yeah, and you can start turning your head with those too if you want to add on to those.
And that makes a big difference, not only visually, but your vestibular system in your ears all plays with your balance. So you're really challenging all your systems.
So Brad's going to show side to side now because
sure.
you're a little shorter and you can reach this better, but you're going to use a countertop.
Yeah. At home, there's no countertops this low, I hope, but usually they're about this high. So hands on the countertops, and I'll have my patients just like fingertips or slide your hands and just side to side.
Yeah.
And you can look straight ahead and see how that goes. A lot of times people will start looking at the countertop. It seems natural. Try it looking straight ahead when
and
you feel.
You can start turning your head.
Yeah. I was going to say you can start right.
Yeah.
And then left. And then you can start, like you said, progress, because that makes a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Then if you happen to have some of that dizziness feeling, that could turn it on if you have those symptoms.
You could do braiding too if you really want to put forth the challenge here.
Now, this is either called braiding, grapevine, or karaoke.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where you cross your feet. If you've had a hip replacement, you probably don't want to do this.
Right.
Or if you just feel like your feet are getting tangled up. I have a number of people, sometimes they forget which foot goes in front or goes back. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's just making it a little bit harder. It's making you balance on 1 foot for a while.
If you're getting caught and you're stumbling, just stop. Don't even do that one.
Sure.
You should feel confident with it.
Now, again, this is one to be very careful with, but if you just want to have one that you do throughout the day, I do it when I brush my teeth.
Yep.
I just lean against the wall like this, and I get up on 1 foot and I brush my teeth while I'm doing it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Actually, I've had patients do that.
Yeah.
I'll say brush or do other things like washing dishes.
Yeah.
See if you can do it on 1 foot.
But make sure you got a safety valve there so that if you lose your balance, you can go against the wall or you can hang on to a booyah stick.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I think if you're doing dishes or brushing your teeth, you're probably high level already.
You're a little bit higher level.
If you're using a cane or a walker, you're probably not going to do that.
But I was amazed just by doing that. My balance improved on the one leg.
Oh, good.
I mean, it actually works. I thought the stuff we told you was just made up.
Yeah, it's a big difference. When you actually see it when you have your patients do it versus you.
Right. So, again, be safe. No falls on the Bob Brad watch.
Right.
And if you have any ideas, put them down in the comments below.
That's right. Very good. Be careful in all that you do.
That's right.